The equipment that you see behind me drives on every county roadway, collects a lot of information that helps us in determining which roadway needs certain types of preventative maintenance. Catching the roadways at a certain phase of when certain improvements need to be made is critical, especially when we have a tight budget. For us to prioritize which roadways get what type of work is a crucial factor in stretching our dollars a lot longer. We determine which roadways need to be crack sealed. We determine which roadways have potholes that we need to go fix. We determine which roadways need resurfacing work. We also determine which roadways need other preventative maintenance along county roadways.
We can collect roadway data down to the inch, millimeter, and the smallest increment, but while traveling at highway speed, so we're safe and we don't have to get in anybody's way. We'll go down the road, use a map, and on the map it's going to have every road, and it tells me if there's what direction to collect it in. As I'm collecting, I'm looking at all of my sensor readings. I have a bar in the front that has 6 lasers, and with that we are able to come up with a roughness index, or what most people realize is the ride. How smooth the road is, how rough the road is. I also can see if there's rutting. It will tell me if there are parts of the road that have significant rutting, no rutting, or depressions. As we're driving, we also will see the LCMS, which is the laser crack measuring system. It's going to record the road. It's taking a scan every 5 millimeters, and it stores those in 20-foot sections. Each of those 20-foot sections is then processed, and we can mark each distress. Each of those distresses can then be grouped by roadway section, and a score can be provided, and then that is used by the engineers to process the data. I'm going to collect about 2 gigabytes of data per mile. That's going to add up to be about 50 miles per day, and then at the end of the project we do a verification to make sure that every single roadway, nobody's road was missed, and we make sure that we've collected it and reported it before we leave the site.
Once the information is collected, that information is transferred over to the engineers in the office for them to review and assign a value for every roadway. The value is rated on a 1 to 100 scale, with 100 being the best roadway and 1 being the worst roadway. A lot of effort goes into determining to find the roadways before it gets into the worst case situation. We want to catch it at a good spot where we can make the repair so that the condition of the roadway stays much longer, rather than having to spend significant amount of dollars to rebuild a roadway. Cost to resurface a roadway is roughly about a third of the cost of reconstructing a roadway. So we want to catch the roadway before it fails to a point where we need to reconstruct an entire roadway. So that's why this is crucial part.